How have you been? Good. I was laughing this morning at you and your Instagram taking the trash out to Perfect Day in Legally Blonde.
Yes, this dress reminds me of Legally Blonde.
I love it. Before I go to any audition or I have any important meeting, that is the song that I listen to. Perfect Day by Hoku. I love it.
Oh my gosh, that is so...
Oh, sorry, I think it just...
Did it cut out?
Yeah, I think when joining on, it kind of freezes a little bit, but that's okay.
Perfect. Well, that's a great walk-up song.
It is. Well, hello, Alejandro.
Hello, bonjour. Hi.
Congratulations on the film.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I loved your dynamic in it because for those people that haven't watched the film yet, it kind of follows three major storylines, and one of the major storylines is your character comes into Courtney's character's life, and you almost build something of like a brother and sister vibe. That's what kind of happens between you two.
He saw it. We did it, Courtney. We did it.
We got it.
We got it.
It's really, really sweet.
Because you start off and you're a little bit lost, like a lot of us are in our 20s. And then, he picks you up, you pick him up with an Uber, and then you end up at the same party together. And what I love about it is it's fun. And by the way, Courtney, you are my new favorite comedian. I think you're hilarious.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's really sweet.
Yeah. But you all learn, as the party goes along, you all learn lessons. Both of your characters learn to let go of something that they're holding on to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think at the end of the day too, we share a lot in common. And it's a good reminder that sometimes doesn't matter your age or who, if it's like Uber driver, passenger, or I have literally had a trip to the airport a couple of years ago where there was an Uber driver that did basically gave me therapy for 25 minutes on the way to the airport about all this stuff. I think he gave me a card too. It's like, you ever need to call me? I was like, thank you. Oh my God. So it does exist. It happens. You just got to keep your eyes open for these wonderful people that are all around, like Courtney.
And it's interesting because what the film also raises is how everyone's lives are intertwined, because Courtney's character does something, then that impacts other people's lives, and that's another thing I think people are really gonna love about it.
Yeah, and every time I've watched the movie, I notice more and more oh, I didn't even realize that I was in the back of that scene, which had to do with that scene, and every time I'm watching it, I'm finding new little Easter eggs.
I love it.
That I didn't even know about.
And for you, Courtney, you kind of got into acting through social media. Tell me about that, how that all came about, because it's a new world now. People are booking major movies through their Instagram account.
No, it's crazy. Well, I always wanted to be an actor, and then I had planned to move to LA, and then a year before I moved to LA.
Oh. No.
That's okay. Well, there we go. I'll ask you. How did you get involved with the project?
Well, I did the same thing that Courtney did. Oh, she's back.
Hi.
Okay. So we were just talking about before, Zoom got in the way, that it's really interesting because you're part of a whole new, group of people that are killing it and, really getting roles through being themselves on social media. So yeah. I wanted to know, how did that translate? How did your social media presence translate into a career as an actress and a comedian?
Yeah, my goal has always been to move to traditional, and then digital has been such a blessing in getting there. So yeah, it's just kind of, I think it started out very personality based, and now I'm learning how to use my talents and make it really geared up for traditional. So it's been crazy. The opportunities I've gotten, this one included, from digital has been really insane. Yeah,
it's really exciting. And I wanted to ask you, Alejandro, is that how I say your name? I think of
that's what you're
like a song. I'm Alejandro. How did you get involved with the film?
What's great, I guess I started pursuing, I'm a musician for most of my other, for all intents and purposes, I play music all the time. But I sort of did the same thing that Courtney has done on the musical side, where it's like I started making music and hosting it on Bandcamp and kind of coming up the back way of digital promotion as opposed to doing record deal stuff, and then worked my way into more mainstream music. And when I was like 17 or 18, I went out to LA to pursue my dreams as an actor. But at that point, since I'm an old, dusty old ancient mummy, we didn't have cell phones. No, we had cell phones, but I think this is pre-Instagram.
Yeah.
And or no, Instagram was out. It just wasn't the same thing. So like the options of even being a independent influencer or a comedian that makes that crossover, that wasn't even an option when I was back when I was in Hollywood. So this came along, and I had a gap in touring, and they sent me the script, and I loved it, and I was like, yeah, let's see if I can still do this. It's an old dream of mine.
Yeah, it was also really beautiful to see, because most times in movies, when a boy and a girl develop a friendship, it always goes down the path of then they get romantically involved. So I think it's the first movie in a long time that I've seen a male and a female grow together really closely, but it doesn't have to be in a sexual way, that it can be in that brother sister way, which was really nice.
Yeah, it's funny when we were filming it too, because I kept asking Chad and Will, I'd be like, you're not getting like any vibes like that. And they're like, no, it's very brother. And like even filming it, it was like so because it does, and it did in real life feel like brother and sister. But so I would hope it didn't feel like any sexual chemistry, but it was just like so important to keep it like there is nothing happening.
I love it. And you're a little bit younger, obviously, than Alejandro's character. I just love saying your name.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I think what's really interesting about it is we can all relate to that because like a lot of people move from their small town and move to a big city. And sometimes people get there and it just works out for them right away. But for most people, it's really, really hard. And Instagram, talking about social media, everyone makes it look like you moved to LA, you moved to Austin, and it just all works out for you. But most people were like your character, it's hard, they've got no money, and they don't really know what they're doing or where they need to go to get what they want out of life.
Wait, is that a question towards me? Sorry.
And I was just saying in general, I was saying, that I loved that I think that's where the humor was, because we can all kind of laugh at when we were at that time of our age, when we were that age, not sure what we wanted to do with everything.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of the thing that all the characters are going through. They're sort of in going through the same problems, but in sort of an age spectrum, moving away from stuff, looking back on your past and the decisions that take you places. Like, I mean, going out to LA to pursue your dreams in acting through that is how I found my life in music. And I didn't know that at the time. And if I had anybody try and point me in the right direction, I'm not sure if I would have been able to find it if I hadn't just gone on the journey. Like if Courtney's character, if August hadn't gone into that party and done something potentially embarrassing at the time, that ends up being the thing that echoes out, and then later is the thing that enables you to actually see maybe like the loops you're trapped in. So life is crazy, and I think that some of that is in this movie, which is really sweet. I love that.
Yeah. And just before we do go, I wanted to ask, where are your characters now? I'll start with you, Courtney. Where do you think she is after a couple of years later, a few more years in Austin? Where do you think she ends up?
Yeah, I think she sticks it out in Austin. I think after her night at the party, I think that's like the most she's ever been pushed. I think that she needed that conversation with Caleb. So I think she probably took some time to like really like self-evaluate. I don't think she has like too much self-awareness. And so I think maybe some of that was heightened. I think, okay, my guess is she probably has like 5 weirdo little friends that she's really tight with. And I think she probably is like working a little job and lives like a little simple life, but I think she has found like more self-acceptance and is a little bit more confident in who she is, I hope, for her.
I think so. And I think sometimes watching it, that the underdog really in the end does well, that you know,
Yeah.
I felt like she's going to be the one that's the most successful, the one that everyone's laughing at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She has the heart. She was missing she's missing just a few social things and a few life lessons that she needed. And I think like that night for her is really gonna help her in the future.
I think that August and Caleb go to the bar, start to have a conversation, and decide to just drive off into the sunset on a great American road trip and hijinks ensues.
Yeah.
Love that. And quickly before we go, where's Caleb now? What's he doing? What do you think? What do you think he?
Oh man, he probably quit playing music. Got probably a bartender job or a barista job, some sort of boring thing. Found immense joy in it, and is hopefully paired up with some cool person and has a stable love life. Just another face in the crowd.
Really sad to hear Caleb quit.
Oh yeah, he doesn't care.
But hey, that's realistic. Most people, probably will quit after a little while.
Yeah.
Will quit and should quit.
He still plays music for himself, but he's probably making better music than he ever did when he was trying so hard. And now he just lives a prosperous life.
I love that. Well, thank you so much. As I said, it's also hilarious. And Courtney, people are just going to die hysterically at your character and how funny you make it and how insanely talented both of you are. So congratulations. And I can't wait for the rest of the world to see the film because it's coming out soon.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Good luck with the rest of your interviews.
Thank
All right,
you.
see you.
Bye.